Okay, so we are now on the record for Thursday afternoons, June 10th, 2021 docket. Mr. Osuna, your client Ashley Trevino is also ready for her plea. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Okay, and then let me see. Miss Arispe is Miss Arispe on now? Is she the only other plea? Was her client the only other plea for this afternoon?
And number 47 as well, Your Honor, the jail docket, the jail case.
Okay, I haven't had the jail check in.
Your Honor, good afternoon. Number 48 is the PTD plea.
Okay, and is it ready?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Did you return paperwork to us, Mr. Perez?
Excuse me?
Did you return paperwork to us for the PTD paperwork?
I believe we've sent everything to you. I can't see you for some reason, but I sent you an email asking if you had everything from us.
We received the PTD payment and we sent the PTD paperwork on June the 8th. So that's what
Okay.
needs to be filled out for placement.
Okay, you sent it to Rick Perez or?
Yes, let me verify.
Okay, is Mr. Daniel Costa present? Mr.
Should be
Daniel
on.
Costa. I don't have anybody on by that.
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, next time you appear, make sure that your name is on there, on the screen.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay, go on. So they don't have the paperwork. How much time do you need to get that completed?
Your Honor, it can be 1 week or 2 weeks.
Okay. Let me go ahead for formalities. I'm going to call CR 13-10623-I, State of Texas versus Daniel Humberto Peña Acosta. I will give you, I will reset you to June the 24th at 1:30, and that'll be for placement.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may, Mr. Acosta. You may also be excused. Okay, did Ms. Arispe come on? Okay. So I need you to please listen carefully. I can't do everybody at the same time, so we're going to do this as efficiently as possible so that you understand the admonishments, number one. And number two, I have to let you know what it is that you're charged with, even though you think you already know. And there's some questions that I have for you. And I can't ask them all at the same time because it's too difficult. So when I call your name out, that you are going to unmute yourselves, because this is who I have that I saw first, that our defendant and defendant's attorney who were present and also had their names on the screen for the most part. Okay, Huberto Andres Avila. Your attorney is present, Mr. Jose Osuna. I will call it shortly, okay? And then Cesar Gonzalez Garza. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Your Honor.
Okay, is Attorney Nora Martinez back in the room?
I am, Judge. Sorry, I've been having some connection issues, but I am on here.
Okay, Maria Isabel Garza. Maria Isabel Garza.
Unmute yourself, Mrs. Garza. Unmute yourself.
Okay,
Present.
Maria Isabel Garza, present.
Okay, and I have Attorney Melinda Diaz.
Present, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Okay, Attorney Sofia Arispe, are you ready on your plea with your client Christopher Chestnut?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're gonna be in the first group. Rafael Erasmo Enriquez.
I'm present, Your Honor.
Okay, you need to pay attention. Your attorney Richard Gonzalez is also present. We had Ashley Yanez Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your attorney Jose Osuna is present and ready for your plea, so I need for you to please pay attention, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now. I saw attorney Dennis Ramirez. Is your client Adriana Echeverria on? I do
Your
not-
Honor,
Go ahead.
sorry about that, Judge. I have not had any contact with this particular client. I reached out to the bondsman. I've sent him letters and he has failed to communicate with me at all.
Okay, do you know if he had notice of today's hearing?
Your Honor, yes, my understanding is the address that it was sent to is the correct address.
Okay, is that the only case you have?
Your Honor, that was 6, 7, and 8. I also have number 46.
Zachary Vasquez, his notice of arraignment was returned.
And I sent him correspondence also, Judge, and it was also returned. On that one, if I remember right, I don't believe I was able to locate a bondsman. It may have been a PR bond.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a reset of August the 12th at 1:30. And that will reset his arraignment until that time.
Thank you, Judge. And with respect to Mr. Echavarria?
And no, I'm gonna NICE him.
Very well, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have no further business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Now I saw attorney Daniel Longoria. You have your clients in your office?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is present. He's number 21 on your docket.
Okay, Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo. Okay, I have him.
Yes.
He'll be
he's
in the first group. Okay, Ms. Conant, have you had any contact with Alejandro Galvez?
Your Honor, I have, and his daughter is helping him get online. Now, I don't know if he was able to put his name on.
He was. I just saw him right now.
Okay.
Does he need the services of an interpreter?
No, Your Honor. He's ready for arraignment.
Okay. Attorney Alma Garza, is your client Daniel Garcia on?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. He is present and ready for arraignment, Judge.
Okay.
He's number 12.
Yes, ma'am, I have him. Mr. Canche, did you, your client Martin Luis Landeros, is he present?
I don't see him, Your Honor. I don't know. If he's oh,
Okay, Mr. Landeros, I need for you to turn on your camera.
he's a Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put you in the second group real quick, then Mr. Canche will be with you shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me go ahead. Okay. If I called your name out, please unmute yourself and raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Avila. Mr. Avila, I said unmute yourself and pay attention.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Galvez.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Garcia, Daniel Garcia.
Ma'am.
Cesar Garza.
I do, Your Honor.
Maria Isabel Garza.
Yes, I do.
Rafael Enriquez.
Yes, ma'am.
Jorge Jaramillo. Jorge Jaramillo.
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Christopher Chestnut.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley Trevino.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may lower your hand. In cause number CR 20-08088-I, the state of Texas versus Roberto Andres Avila, is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
CR 20-10260-I, state of Texas versus Christopher Chestnut, is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In CR 20-10570-I, The state of Texas versus Alejandro Galvez. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In
Mr.
CR
Galvez, please remove your cap.
Mr.
Thank you.
CR 20-06105-I and CR 20-06106-I, the state of Texas versus Daniel Garcia. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In CR 21-04479-I and CR 21-04480-I, the state of Texas versus Cesar Gonzalez Garza. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
It's just Cesar Garza, ma'am. Your Honor.
In CR 21-04339-I, the state of Texas versus Maria Isabel Garza. Is that your true and correct name, sir? Ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Apologize. In CR 20-11615-I, the state of Texas versus Rafael Erasmo Enriquez. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
In CR 21-03872-I, the state of Texas versus Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Name, sir. Okay. In CR 20-01327-I, the state of Texas versus Ashley Yanis Trevino. Is that your true and correct name, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Avila, you are before the court charged with possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Chestnut, you are before the court for racing on the highway, a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Galvez, you are before the court for possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Daniel Garcia, you are before the court for driving while license is either suspended or not having a valid license, which is a Class B misdemeanor, and also for reckless driving. Mr. Cesar Garza, you are before the court for assault causing bodily injury on a family member, a Class A misdemeanor, and for harassment, a Class B misdemeanor. Ms. Maria Isabel Garza, you're before the court for theft of property of greater than $100, less than $750, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Rafael Enriquez, you are before the court charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo, you are before the court for racing on highway, a Class B misdemeanor. Ms. Ashley Yanis Trevino, you are before the court for theft of property of greater than $100, I apologize, and less than $750, which is a Class B misdemeanor. If you have been charged with a Class B misdemeanor, a Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty for up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. If you are a defendant with a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do you each understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense of which you are charged, Mr. Avila?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chestnut,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Galvez,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Garcia,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Garza,
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Maria Isabel Garza.
Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pardon the interruption, Your Honor. Melinda Diaz from Ms. Isabel Garza. In having spoken to Ms. Garza previously, Your Honor, there was problems with the communication. She told me she did not understand what she was being charged with. I'd like to address this with the court before she continues with her arraignment, if the court wants to take it up afterwards.
Okay, so Maria Isabel Garza, do you speak English?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so are you stating that you did not understand why you're being charged with theft of property, or you didn't understand the charge, or what is the clarification that you need?
Well, the only thing is that I had like not much recollection of the incident.
Well, that's a little different whether she doesn't have a recollection. Sounds like it. So.
Your Honor, she did tell me, though, that she suffers from certain conditions that would prevent her from understanding. When I spoke to her, Judge, she told me she was also under certain medications, and that's why I'm raising some concern, Judge, based on that information that she gave me.
Okay, so Ms. Garza, do you feel that you're coherent to move forward today?
Well, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So if you're coherent, then do you understand that you're being charged with a Class B misdemeanor, a theft of property of greater than $100 and less than $750?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if convicted only, not automatic, if convicted only, that carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Now stating all of this, do you understand the range of punishment, Ms. Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. In continuing, Mr. Enriquez, do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jaramillo, do you understand the range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Trevino, do you understand the range of punishment for your Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, bear with me for Mr. Chestnut and for Ms. Trevino. This is for you, okay? Because you are doing your plea today. You have the right to an attorney, the right to a trial by jury. You can waive one or both of those rights by signing a written document with the court. I will ask you, did you have an opportunity to review the documents with your attorney before signing it, Mr. Chestnut?
I had read it on my own, and then I signed it.
Did you understand what you were signing?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Judge, we did discuss it when he received it by email, Judge. And again, we went through it yesterday, the day before, to confirm that he understood what he was signing. So if Mr. Chestnut does not understand it, Judge, then he doesn't have to plead today.
That is correct, Mr. Chestnut. You are not being forced to enter into a plea today. If you are not comfortable in moving forward, I can reset your matter and have you have more consultation with your attorney.
No, ma'am. I'm ready to move forward with it.
Okay, so did you understand that you were waiving your rights to a trial by jury when you signed
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Trevino, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the court will accept the waiver of your trial by jury. Now this is for everybody. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane, Mr. Avila?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Chestnut?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Galvez?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Daniel Garcia?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Cesar Garza?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Maria Isabel Garza?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rafael Erasmo Enriquez?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Ashley Trevino?
No, ma'am.
Counselors, in speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent and able to assist you in their own defense? Attorney Jose Osuna?
Mr. Avila and Mr. Trevino are competent, Your Honor.
Ms. Arispe?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chestnut is competent.
Ms. Connett?
Mr. Galvez is competent, Your Honor.
Ms. Alma Garza?
Mr. Daniel Garcia is competent, Your Honor.
Ms. Nora Martinez?
Mr. Garza is competent, Your Honor.
Ms. Melinda Diaz?
Based on Ms. Garza's responses today, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Richard Gonzalez?
My client is competent.
Mr. Daniel Longoria?
Mr. Jaramillo is competent, Your Honor.
Okay. Then the court will make a finding that all the defendants before the court are mentally competent and able to assist their attorneys in their own defense, and hereby enters a plea of not guilty for those defendants that are being arraigned today. So for Mr. Avila, Mr. Osuna, how much time are you requesting for your first status?
May we please have 45 days, Your Honor?
Okay, July the 20th or 22nd?
20th, Your Honor, please.
Okay, July 20th at 9:30 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Avila, I will see you back here on July the 20th at 9:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Connett, how much time are you asking for?
Your Honor, we would like 45 days also. please.
July 20th at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you. Your Honor, may we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise. Ms. Garza, how much time are you asking for?
On this one, they've extended a recommendation to us. We think it's reasonable, but I do need to look at the discovery. They have not sent me the discovery. If they can send me that, Judge, soon, we can probably sign him up and be ready for up to maybe in depends how long it takes for me to get the discovery, Judge. A week, 2 weeks?
Okay, well, I have, if it's gonna take you some time to review it, then we can do the plea on July 8th or July 20th.
Can we do it at the end of this month, Judge?
This month I have June 24th.
Let's do June 24th.
Okay, it'll be June 24th at 1:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You certainly may, ma'am.
You have a good day.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, Miss Garza. I don't see Miss Saldana on. I know she was jumping in between court. She had just wanted to add the condition of no harmful contact with the victim.
Okay, that'll be so granted. So no harmful contact with the victim. Okay, we'll see you on June 24th at 1:30, sir.
Ma'am, did you call my name? Peña?
No, sir. Please. Okay. So, Ms. Martinez, Nora Martinez, how much time do you need?
I should be ready within 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay, July 20th or 22nd?
22nd will work.
Okay. And will it be ready for, you want a first status or you want a plea setting?
First status, Your Honor. I think the victim is not wanting to pursue charges and is willing to sign an affidavit. So I need to confer with the prosecutor on this.
Okay, July 22nd at 9:30 a.m. for first status.
Your Honor, again, with the condition of no harmful contact, I apologize. That was the case I was referring to for the domestic violence unit.
I was wondering why driving with.
Apologies, Your Honor.
So that'll be so ordered, no harmful contact. Okay, Mr. Garza, we'll see you on July 22nd at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Ms. Diaz, how much time do you need, ma'am?
Your Honor, I have a motion that's pending with the court. Unfortunately, I didn't do an order setting hearing because I don't know if the court would entertain it today. I've had some difficulty communicating with Ms. Garza. I don't know if I'm going to continue having that difficulty, Judge. So I had filed a motion with the court.
Okay. If you want to urge your motion, just file an order setting hearing so that she receives the appropriate notice.
I've discussed it with her, Judge, prior to filing it. I also emailed it to her, Judge. So she was aware that I was going to be requesting it from the court. I'm not sure if the court wants to entertain it now that she's present.
Okay, Ms. Garza, your attorney has a motion to withdraw on your case on file with the court. Were you appointed, Ms. Diaz?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
Okay, she's citing difficulty in communicating with you, Ms. Garza. Will that communication continue to be difficult in the future? Or will you be communicating with your attorney?
I will communicate.
Okay. I'm not gonna force your attorney to stay on, but if she wants to give you one more chance, that'll be up to her.
I'm willing to try once again with Ms. Garza, as long as she recognizes that she needs to return my phone calls.
Ms. Garza, your attorney can only represent you to the best of her ability if you assist her. So she needs your cooperation.
Yes, I understand, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz.
Yes, of course.
Ms. Diaz, how much time do you need?
I believe I've already been in communication with the prosecution, Judge. If the court would give us perhaps 2 weeks, we might be able to work this out, Judge. And if Ms. Garza, if I may just address her, please call me after this hearing, Ms. Garza.
Yes, Ms. Diaz. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Ms. Diaz, do you want me to set you for a plea on June 24th?
June 24th sounds right. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, June 24th at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Certainly may.
Thank you. Ms. Garza, you may
Thank you.
plea out. Thank you.
Okay. Attorney Richard Gonzalez, how much time do you need?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that there's a pending felony in this case, Judge. So I guess the longest setting the court's willing to give.
Okay, and is this felony an intake or has he already been indicted?
From the last I checked, Your Honor, it was still an intake.
Kim, does the state have an update?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. It's still at intake.
Okay, so then is a September setting going to be enough or do I need to go further out? Do you know?
I don't have any timeframes, Judge, but I would say let's go ahead and keep that just so we can kind of keep tabs on this case.
Okay, why don't we do September 30th? And let's see if it's been indicted by then and if you have a setting on that case.
Not a problem. Will that be at 1:30 or 9 a.m.?
9:30.
9:30, okay.
Okay?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay, we'll see you then, Mr. Enriquez. Okay, and Attorney Daniel Longoria, how much time do you need, sir?
Your Honor, the July 20th or July 22nd settings would be good.
Okay, July 20th at 9:30 for our first status.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Okay, and continuing with the plea for Ms. Trevino and for Mr. Chestnut.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you further understand the court doesn't have to accept the recommendation of the state, Mr. Chestnut?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Trevino.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Chestnut, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then CR 210260-I, the state of Texas versus Christopher Chestnut to the offense of racing on highway for the Class B misdemeanor, sir. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay. And in CR 20-01327-I, the state of Texas versus Ashley Yanez Trevino to the offense of theft of property of greater than $100 and less than $750, a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, Mr. Trevino? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, ma'am.
And are all of you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, Mr. Chestnut?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the court will accept your pleas as being freely and voluntarily given. I will call for state's evidence at this time.
State offers plea documents. Oh, sorry, Mr. Nguyen. Go ahead.
Judge, before the state recent evidence for Mr. Chestnut, Mr. Rispe, there's date missing on the waiver. We saw some of the date was June 4th, 2021. Could you please take for the record of when were the waiver signed?
This is on Mr. Chestnut.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Arispe, do you have a date?
Judge, I'm showing June 4th. And then he says there's a date missing, but the written admonishment has June 4th, so all the documents should be on June 4th, Judge.
Okay, thank you. We just wanted to clarify for the record.
Thank you.
Okay. State offer plea document and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as State Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as State Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that the evidence that has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
For the record, Your Honor, reference to Mr. Chestnut, no objections to the exhibit submitted by the state judge, and so agreed and stipulated.
Okay, Mr. Osuna?
Same announcement, Your Honor, from Mr. Trevino.
Then there being no objection to defense counsel as to the exhibits are hereby admitted and approved. In CR 210260-I, the state of Texas versus Christopher Chestnut, it is the judgment of the court, sir, that you're guilty as charged. However, that is being deferred, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And so, what's the state's recommendation on him?
Judge, the state recommend $100 fine plus court costs plus 6 months deferred plus defensive driving plus 20 community service hours.
Okay.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And Ms. Arisa, do you have any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
No, ma'am, my client understands the plea bargain offer, Judge. There's no request.
Okay, then I'll follow the recommendation. He will have 90 days to pay the fine and 90 days to pay the court costs. And the rest of the recommendation I will follow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Chestnut.
Thank you, ma'am.
Concludes your business before this court.
Judge, is there a number he needs to call for probation, Judge?
Actually, if you can provide Ms. Soto with his phone number, Mr. Chestnut.
Okay. It'll be 956 566 5898.
The intake unit will be calling you in 5 business days.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
They would be excused now, Judge.
You certainly may.
Thank you, Judge.
In cause number CR 20-01327-I in the state of Texas versus Ashley Yanez Trevino, it is the judgment of the court, ma'am, that you are guilty as charged, and understanding as well that this is also going to be deferred. Therefore, what is the state's recommendation?
Judge, the state recommend $200 fine plus court costs, 8 months deferred, plus theft course, plus 30 community service hours.
Okay, any questions or requests on behalf of your client, Mr. Osuna?
Yes, Your Honor. We would humbly ask if the court would consider less community service hours. Mr. Trevino works 35 hours a week.
Okay. I'm gonna waive the 30 CSR hours, and I'm gonna give her 90 days to pay the court costs and 90 days to pay the fine.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you, Ms. Trevino.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Mr. Gonzalez, did you get a hold of your client?
I did, Your Honor. She is online as the Galaxy S9.
Okay. Sophia Rendon, she's present?
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, I'm present.
Okay. So, Mr. Cancha, you said that Mr. Landeros is Spanish speaking. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Do I have Rafael Lara present? Do I have Rafael Lara present? Do I have attorney Juan Flores present? Okay.
Judge, for that one, I believe Mr. Flores filed a waiver of a reading on that one.
Okay, can I have someone in my office confirm that?
Is this on number 27?
On number 23.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
on number 23, it was filed late yesterday afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, did we give him a date already?
No, no, ma'am.
Okay. We still have availability on the 22nd, or are we going?
I would suggest into August, Judge.
Okay, that'll be August 17th at 9:30. Okay, did Jose Ruben Martinez show up? Jose Ruben Martinez. Do I have attorney Moises Flores?
Your Honor, he was arraigned in the morning docket. with
Oh,
Mr.
that's right.
Osuna.
Wait, that one? Mr. Solis's client, wasn't it the one that was arraigned this morning?
No, Judge, that was Mr. Osuna's.
Oh, they're sharing a client, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. And I did see Brianna Moreno on. Did attorney John Rodriguez get on?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Moreno, can you hear me? Okay, you're gonna need, you'll unmute yourself, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ready for arraignment, Judge.
okay, and did Brittany Phillips get on? Brittany Phillips?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Attorney Manuel Espinosa standing in for Daniel Reyes. We haven't been able to get a hold of the client. We've tried numerous times to communicate with the client. We called the Bells Loans Company. As per the ex-mother-in-law of Brittany, she moved to Louisiana and hasn't had any contact with her as well.
Okay, I did see that the notice of arraignment was returned. And she already has, I believe, a pending KPS that was issued last.
Correct.
Okay. So she doesn't have notice of today's hearing then?
No, everything has been returned as well as our communication and correspondence we sent to the address.
Were you all appointed or retained?
It was unappointed.
Okay, for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a date of August the 12th at 1:30. And just see if you can reach her, and if not, then we'll take it up at that time.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I have nothing further.
Actually,
have the excuse.
you do, Mr. Espinosa. You were next on the wheel, and
Okay.
let me see. Ms. Rivera, remind me which case was that Mr. Espinosa was appointed to?
Your Honor, it was a case from this morning.
Okay, I'm sorry, I confused it. You'll be receiving notice. You're next on the wheel on a case from this morning. And so you should be receiving notice on the case that you were appointed to.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. May I have the excuse?
Yes, you certainly may. Okay. So then Orlando Reyes. Oh, the waiver of arraignment was filed on that one. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Rigoberto Romero, are you present?
Yes.
Okay, and I do see your Mr. Salinas on. Okay.
Good afternoon, Your
Santiago,
Honor.
good afternoon.
We filed the late waiver of arraignment. We had some issues with the email yesterday, so we couldn't get it on time.
Okay. Well, we'll get him arraigned. So
Thank you.
Santiago signs.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your attorney, Lucia Regalado, is present.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay, and Arturo Arredondo Silva.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Judge Jose Solis for Mr. Silva. We're present ready for arraignment.
Okay. Roman Solorzano,
Yes, Your Honor.
where are you? Oh. Okay, there you are. Okay, is Attorney Dan Mora on? Mr. Mora, I do see you on. Are you in another court?
If I may, Your Honor, I have not had contact with my attorney. I've had called him many times. I've spoken with his assistant. I haven't gotten returns back at all.
Okay. Well, I can give you an opportunity to talk in a breakout room shortly as soon as he's available, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And then that's it. Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, just a quick announcement on my client, Roberto Romero. He'll need the services of an interpreter.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you for that. Let me put that. Okay. Okay. Ms. Castañeda, if you can please interpret for Mr. Romero and for Mr. Landeros, ma'am. Okay, so please raise your right hand.
Por favor, levanten su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura que el testimonio que están a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Mr. Martín Landeros?
Mr. Valderos?
Okay, tell him that he needs to unmute himself.
Por favor, ¿puede picarle la bocina?
Perdón, sí.
Yes.
Okay, you may lower your hands.
Puede bajar su mano.
Okay, Brianna Moreno,
Yes, ma'am.
Sofía Rendon. Sofía Rendon,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Science.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Arturo Silva.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may all lower your hands.
Pueden bajar su mano.
In cause number CR 08056-I, the state of Texas versus Martin Luis Landeros. Is that your true correct name, sir?
Sí.
Mr. Ms. Castellano, please explain to Mr. Landeros that he has to wait for you to interpret if he's not going to speak in English. If he knows English, I will allow him to speak in English. And we
Mr.
will-
Landeros, ¿me tiene que permitir que termine de traducir o solamente que usted quiera contestar en inglés?
No, está bien, ok.
Okay.
Okay. In CR 21041112-I, CR 21041113-I, the state of Texas versus Brianna Lynette Moreno. Is that your true and correct name, ma'am?
Yes.
In CR 210392-7-I, the state of Texas versus Sophia Annette Rendon. Is that your true and correct name, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
In CR 210168-I, the state of Texas, Roberto Alonso. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Roberto Alonso Romero, ese es su nombre correcto y verdadero.
Yes.
Yes.
In CR 21036112-I, CR 21036113-I, and CR 21036114-I, the state of Texas versus Santiago Science. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In CR 211133-I and CR 208273-I, the state of Texas versus Arturo Fabian Arredondo Silva. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Actually, Your Honor, Silva is first. It's Arturo Fabian Silva Arredondo.
Okay, I need for you to listen carefully. Mr. Landeros, you are before the court charged with fraud to destroy, remove, or removal of condition writing a class misdemeanor.
Your Honor.
Sorry, but I cannot hear you at all.
Someone else is in another court, I think, and so that's picking up. Okay, can you hear now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please explain to Mr. Landeros fraud, destroy, remove, concealment, or writing a class A misdemeanor?
Mr. Landeros está usted frente a la corte por un cargo de fraude, destruir o remover escrituras, un delito clase menor, clase A.
Sí.
Yes.
And then Ms. Brianna Lynette Moreno, are before the court charged with assault on causing bodily injury on a family member, a class A misdemeanor, and a possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a class B misdemeanor. I will explain shortly the range of punishment for those. Ms. Sophia Rendon, are before the court charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a class B misdemeanor. Mr. Romero, you are before the court charged with assault causing bodily injury on a family member, a class A misdemeanor.
Mr. Romero, está usted frente a la corte por un asalto causa lesiones corporales a un miembro de la familia, que es un delito, una ofensa menor clase A.
Mr. Santiago Science, you are before the court charged with two counts of criminal mischief greater than $100 and less than $750, a Class B misdemeanor, and assault causing bodily injury on a family member, a Class A misdemeanor. Mr. Silva, you are charged with assault causing bodily injury, racing on highway, a Class B misdemeanor.
Judge, I'm having a lot of difficulty hearing you.
Okay. I think it's Mr. Landeros's feedback. Mr. Silva, you are charged with also assault causing bodily injury, a Class A misdemeanor, and racing on highway, a Class B misdemeanor. I will explain shortly the range of punishment. Okay, if you are a defendant with a Class B misdemeanor, a Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. If you are a defendant charged with a Class A misdemeanor, a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do each of you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense or offenses of which you are charged? Mr. Landeros.
Mr. Landeros, una ofensa menor clase A tiene una multa potencial de hasta 1 año en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $4,000 por convicción. ¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por los delitos que está acusado?
¿Sí o no?
He's muted, Your Honor.
I know, but I don't want him to unmute because of the fact that it's his that is causing it. Just tell him to shake his head. Yes, I'll let the record reflect that.
Nomás me dice con la cabeza sí o no. Yes.
Okay, let the record reflect that he said yes by shaking his head up and down, indicating that he understood the range of punishment. Okay. Ms. Brianna Moreno, do you understand the range of punishment you can receive for the offenses of which you are charged?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Rendon.
Yes, Your Honor.
And please translate for Mr. Romero.
Mr. Romero, una ofensa menor clase A tiene una multa potencial de hasta 1 año en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $4,000 por convicción. ¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por el delito que está acusado?
Sí, sí entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Mr. Steins, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Silva.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane? Ask Mr. Landeros.
Mr. Landeros, ¿alguna corte lo ha declarado a usted mentalmente incompetente, loco o demente? No.
Okay, let the record reflect that he is shaking his head to indicate no. So, Ms. Moreno.
No.
Okay, Ms. Rendon.
No, Your Honor.
Please translate for Mr. Romero.
Mr. Romero, ¿alguna corte lo ha declarado alguna vez mentalmente incompetente, loco o demente?
No.
No.
Mr. Science.
No, ma'am.
Mr. Silva.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Counselors, in speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent and able to assist you in their own defense? Mr. Canche.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Landeros is competent and able to assist.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Ms. Moreno is competent and able to assist, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Rendon is competent, Your Honor.
Mr. Salinas.
Same announcement as to Mr. Romero.
Ms. Regalado.
Mr. Science is competent and able to assist.
Mr. Solis.
Same announcement, Your Honor.
Okay. Then the court will make a finding that all of the defendants before the court are mentally competent and able to assist their attorneys in their own defense, and hereby enters a plea of not guilty on each of the offenses of which they are charged today. Okay. So, Mr. Cancha, how much time do you need, sir?
Your Honor, we still need to receive the discovery on this case, so I would respectfully request at least 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm starting with the August 17th settings, unless y'all need something sooner.
August 17th is fine, Your Honor.
Okay, August 17th at 9:30. Ms. Castaneda, please let Mr. Landeros know that I need for him to stay in contact with his attorney and to return on August 17th at 9:30.
Mr. Landeros, la próxima corte es el día 17 de agosto a las 9:30 de la mañana y por favor se mantiene en contacto con su abogado.
Okay, he's excused.
Se puede retirar.
Okay. Mr. Salinas, is August 17th enough time, or do you need something sooner?
Yes, Your Honor, August 17th is enough time.
Okay, August 17th at 9:30 a.m. And Ms. Castaneda, please let Mr. Romero know.
Señor Romero, regresamos a la corte el día 17 de agosto a las 9:30 de la mañana y por favor se contiene en contacto con su abogado.
And Your Honor, on this case, we would just be asking defendants stay away from victim.
Okay, that'll be so ordered. Okay, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You certainly may. Okay. Mr. Rodriguez, August 17th, or did you need something sooner?
August 17th works perfectly, Judge.
Okay, August 17th. Ms. Moreno, we'll see you then.
And Your
Thank you, Judge. That's all
Your
I
Honor,
have for
also for this one, the state would be requesting defendants stay away from victim.
Stay away from victim or the harmful contact? Who's the victim?
It's a boyfriend, so I don't know if they're still together. If that's the case, then no harmful contact.
Ms. Moreno, Mr. Rodriguez, do you know if your client is still together?
They are no longer together in a relationship, Your Honor. However, they are still remain friends. And specifically to that, the victim had tried to speak to me. I did not want to speak to him, did give him instructions to speak with the DA's office. So she will stay away
Okay,
from harmful contact, Judge. And
then I'll order no harmful contact, Ms. Moreno.
gotcha, Judge.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
That's
and
all I
you're-
have. May we be excused.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Likewise. Ms. Moreno, before you get off, in the future, please have a proper attire for court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sophia Rendon, Mr. Gonzalez, August 17th or sooner?
Your Honor, this is another case that my records are indicating that there are some pending felonies as well, Judge.
You are correct, sir. Okay, then we'll do September 30th with your other setting.
All right, Judge, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Rendon, we'll see you back here on September 30th at 9:30.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, Ms. Regalado, is August 17th fine, or do you need something sooner?
August 17th is sufficient, Judge.
August 17th at 9:30. Mr. Sines, we'll see you then, and keep in close contact with your attorney.
And Your Honor, regarding the assault, for defendant to have no harmful contact with the victim.
Okay, that'll be so ordered.
Your Honor, having nothing further, may we be excused?
We certainly may.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Solis, August 17th, is that enough time, or do you need something sooner?
Judge, I was actually hoping we can get the September setting. There is a pending felony as well.
September 30th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, same request from the state, the no harmful contact with the victim.
That'll be so ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Mora, your client, Mr. Solorzano, has requested to speak to you in a breakout room.
Very well, Judge.
Okay, let me go ahead and put you in a breakout room. Okay, please accept the invitation that shows up on your screen. Mr. Arellano, who are you here on?
Good morning, Your Honor. I believe I'm standing in for Hector Bustos today in one of your jail cases, number 47.
I don't know why the jail hasn't logged in, sir.
Okay. It's a plea case. Would you want to reset it for a different date, Your Honor?
I guess we're gonna have to because the jail hasn't even logged in.
Okay, that's fine, Your Honor. If you'll reset it for a different date, it is set for a plea, and all the plea documents have been executed.
Okay, the soonest I have is June 24th at 1:30.
June 24th at 1:30?
Yes, and that's on CR 20-06188-I, State of Texas versus Alejandro Gutierrez Miguel.
Okay, Your Honor. I'll inform Mr. Bustos' office that it had to be reset because the jail did not log in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may. We will be on a short 5-minute break. Okay, Mr. Mora, you've had an opportunity to speak with your client.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Let me just see who we have with this group. Okay, I believe he's the last one. Let me ask. Sir, what is your name?
Guillermo Peña.
Okay, your attorney is Sergio Munoz, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has my staff heard from Mr. Munoz's office?
No, Your Honor, I'll be in contact with him shortly.
Okay, if somebody can please call him, because Mr. Peña has been waiting from the beginning. Okay, that just leaves your client, Mr. Mora. Let me go ahead and proceed. Mr. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give, sir, is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can unmute.
Sir.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, you can lower your hand. In cause number CR 20-06134-I, the state of Texas versus Roman Solorzano. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're before the court, sir, charged with assault causing bodily injury on a family member, a Class A misdemeanor. A Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Moran, speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent and able to assist you in his own defense?
I do, ma'am.
Then the court will make a finding that Mr. Solorzano is competent, mentally competent, and able to assist you in his own defense, and hereby enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Mr. Mora, we've been giving out the date of August 17th for the first status. Is that enough time, or do you need something sooner?
No, Judge, that'll suffice.
Okay. August 17th at 9:30. And we will see you back then, sir, Mr. Solorzano, and keep in close contact with your attorney.
And Your Honor, state would be asking defendant have no harmful contact with victims.
That'll be so ordered.
Just so that, Judge, and if I may, actually, the victim or alleged victim is the estranged wife. They do have a child. However, the child is actually with Mr. Solorzano. There's a CPS case open on the alleged victim. So, but for that, there will be some communication and contact with regards to that.
And that's it's just no harmful contact.
Correct.
That's it. You can communicate about your child and whatever's necessary, but just no harmful contact.
Yes, sir.
Okay? We'll see you back here on August the 17th at 9:30.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Kennedy? Ms. Hinojosa requested some time to talk to you from this morning's hearing to now. Have you had an opportunity to do that?
I don't think her phone was working, Your Honor, but I did receive some text messages from Ms. Hinojosa. She mentioned to me, Judge, that she has some kind of a medical condition, which she has an appointment tomorrow. I think she wanted to address that with you, Your Honor.
She had that same excuse the last time that she came, Mr. Kennedy. And so I accommodated her. And I told her that if she would have been thinking about her health and not wanting to be incarcerated while she was pending these supposed medical conditions, then she should have been following the bond conditions. And Ms. Hinojosa, if you can hear me, you need to put your camera on.
Yes, I'm here, sorry.
Okay. Go on, Mr. Kennedy.
Judge, I was wondering if the court might consider some kind of an intermediate sanction besides going to jail. I know other courts in the past dealing with the same type of issue have ordered AIP for a period of time, like a lengthy period of time. For example, I know that Judge Omar Maldonado has at one time, one of my clients had similar issues to Ms. Hinojosa, and I think he ordered 30 days AIP. wanted to see how that would go. I'm just offering a different suggestion as opposed to sending her to jail, especially if she has a medical condition and the overcrowding issue at the jail. And then if she does indeed have a serious medical condition, then the county having to assume the payments for the medical issues.
I'm not sure how she's escaped not having any kind of consequence because this is a 19 case. So I know she hasn't been doing what she's supposed to be doing the entire time. It's, this is over 800 days and I know she hasn't. So she's already gotten away with a lot during this time period. If it wasn't for me pushing her to get her device and get all of that taken care of, she'd still be lingering in limbo. So, the last time she had a supposedly that her device wasn't working. So I told her that she needed to go in and get it checked. As far as I know, she never did. So, where are we with that device?
Why I'm willing to get money and so I could purchase another one. I actually already spoke to my dad and he's willing to help me out so I can buy the other one if needed, so I don't have any issues. I did go by to the office and let them know that I was having issues with it, but they just told me it was something that I had to either take care of or buy another device. And I couldn't afford it at the time since I was in and out of work due to constantly being out for being sick. I do have all the paperwork as well for like pending labs that I haven't even been able to go do due to just not having enough money to make ends meet. Just been living check to check since I barely started working again, like about a month or so ago.
And now you have the means to switch out and get a new device by the end of the day.
Yeah, I asked my dad to help me out and loan me some money so I could actually go purchase it and not have any issues anymore. So I want to go purchase it this afternoon if you allow me that chance, so I can assure you that I don't have any more violations or any excuses or anything else like that.
Does the state have anything for me to consider?
Your Honor, we don't take lightly the amount of mistests that Ms. Hinojosa has done and that this is the 4th time in front of her. In the alternative, the state would have offered for the defendant to be put in AIP as an alternative.
I'm going to order for you to get your new device by the end of the day, and I am ordering that you be placed on AIP. So I'm going to have you stay on so that you can speak to Ms. Soto and she can give you further instruction. What is your current phone number, Ms. Hinojosa?
It's 956-215-1830. And actually, I'm about to just get it reconnected right now because I couldn't make outbound calls. I could just receive them on the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Miss Soto, she's barely going to get it reconnected.
Okay, Judge. I can go ahead and I can have her call me, Judge, as soon as she gets it connected.
Yeah.
Well, while she's on, I do want you to get the information from her, with respect to AIP placement.
Judge, could you extend the courtesy allow me to speak to her in a breakout room when you're done, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
Would you allow me to speak with Hinojosa in a breakout room whenever you're finished, Your Honor?
Yes. Ms. Hinojosa, this is the final chance that I'm going to give you because I've given you chance after chance after chance. And to me, to be honest with you, you're making a mockery of me and you're making a mockery of the system. I don't care how many times you say that you do respect this court. To me, you don't. And you are making yourself look bad, not only to me, but also, your attorney can only do so much for you because you're not helping yourself.
I understand. I will show you different. I'm not going to say anything else.
Let me go ahead and place you in a room. Please accept the invitation on the screen as soon
Thank
as
you. And Judge, once I'm done, will I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You will have to stay behind to talk to Ms. Soto.
Okay, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to Ms. Hinojosa's request this afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so did we get a hold of Mr. Munoz's office?
No, ma'am, I didn't receive a response.
Mr. Peña, have you spoken to your attorney? Mr. Peña, have you spoken to Mr. Munoz?
What's that?
Have you spoken to Mr. Munoz?
No, no he hablado con él.
Okay.
He hablado con pues con la secretaria o no sé quién la que trabaja ahí con él.
Okay, Mr. Peña has stated that he has spoken to the secretary or someone at
I don't know.
but not to Mr. Munoz. Okay. Mr. Peña, we're gonna go ahead and give you a new date since you did show up, but I do need your attorney to be here. Señor Peña, le voy a dar otra fecha porque necesito que su abogado esté aquí presente con usted. I'm going to give you, Mr. Peña, the date of August the 12th at 1:30 p.m. Le voy a dar la fecha del día 12 de agosto a la 1:30 de la tarde.
Okay.
Please return at that time. Por favor, regrese en esa fecha, ¿ok?
Okay.
Nosotros le avisamos también a su abogado. We will also,
Agosto 12.
we will
All
also
right.
notify your attorney.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Yes, you are excused, sir.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so I have as no show defendants on number 6, 7, and 8, same defendant.
So I'm done, ma'am.
Yes, you can log off, sir.
I can stop the video now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
I believe that was our only no-show defendant. Is that correct?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Damian, please call out his name 3 times.
Yes, ma'am. Adrian Cesar Echavarria. Adrian Echavarria. Adrian Echavarria.
The name being called out 3 times and no response. What says the state on this no-show defendant?
State requests that a judgment not shall be granted, keep this issue and all bond forfeited for this no-show defendant.
Okay, that'll be granted. Okay, and for the record on CR 21-04542-I, State of Texas versus Jose Arturo Espinosa, the court is appointing Paloma Barreiro as his court-appointed attorney, and we will reset him to August the 12th at 1:30. On CR 21-04539-I, State of Texas versus Jose Guadalupe Rocha Garcia, the court is appointing Mauricio Martinez, and we'll reset him for August 12th at 1:30. And I believe that takes care of today's docket. Anything before we log off?
I believe that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, one moment. Okay. Ms. Hinojosa, I'm going to place you in a breakout room with the probation department. I need for you.
Yes, ma'am.
As soon as it's. Okay, we'll take a quick break while Ms. Soto is visiting with Ms. Hinojosa. Okay. Okay, we're back on the record. Ms. Soto, did we get everything straightened out with Ms. Hinojosa?
Yes, I did, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else before we get off the record on this docket?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Saldana, Ms. Guarena, I think you were caught up in another court. She made the announcements.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Okay,